Hello everyone, and welcome to Destin Business Forum, a television show for the members of the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce, brought to you by our great friends here at Cox Communication. We got three great chamber members with us here today, so stay tuned and sit back and relax and enjoy our show. Our first guest is from Jernigan Computing, Jonathan Jernigan. Jonathan, glad to have you with us today.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the show.
I appreciate it.
It's your first time on here, I believe,
Yes,
isn't
sir.
it?
It sure is.
Well, let's tell everybody who's watching a little bit about Jernigan Computers.
So what we do is website design and search engine optimization. So that just means that we either develop or manage your existing website, and we also will help you boost your website's rankings in Google search results. So if somebody doesn't know the name of your business, of course, they're going to search something relevant to you. And we, of course, want you to be up at the top of those results. So we pretty much handle the entire web presence, sometimes including social media, Facebook and Twitter, stuff like that as well.
So somebody, your target market would be, who's your ideal customer?
Usually small businesses, ranging anywhere from a new startup to an established business. And that can be anything from a pontoon rental company to a concrete company, anything in between. So really anybody, any business owner is perfect.
Okay, and how do people find you? Are you out looking for these customers? You got a website?
Yeah, of course. Yep, so if you search website design in our area, the local search results will show me. And usually I'm somewhere bouncing between number 1 and 2. So in general, it's easy to find me online as well. And then, of course, I usually attend all the Destin Chamber meetings as well.
Yes, you do.
And I try to be as in-person networking as I can. So as many events and things around town that I can. Went to the Paddle at the Porch this last week, and that was great.
Were you as tired as we were after Paddle at the Porch?
Of course.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, good event, good event.
It sure was.
All right, so somebody's looking for some help with their website. What are 2 or 3 of the questions that you would ask them when you meet with them?
First of all is, do you know whether or not you actually own your domain name? And what I mean by that is, when you register your domain, of course, somebody has to put their name against it. And if you had somebody work with you before, sometimes they will have registered the name as their own name rather than as the customer's name, as yours. And that can be a huge hassle, because there's no way you can go back and kind of get that domain. You can't say, well, it's my business, but it's registered to his name. It's that gentleman's possession.
Right.
So that's a pretty big issue that we come across from time to time. And then also, do you have any idea of where you want to go with your website? And most of the time the answer to that question is no. I know what I envision it, and I need help getting it out on paper. And so that's, of course, where we come in. And that's pretty much the 2 biggest things that help just drive the whole process forward from that point.
What are some of the biggest mistakes or some of the biggest flaws that you see in websites that when you meet with a customer, you go in and look at their website, you come back and say, we could do this a little differently, don't feel bad, because this is what we see with a lot of websites. What are some of the things that you see that are common out there?
The biggest one by far and away is websites that are relatively new and they're not mobile optimized. So I'm sure you've come across websites from time to time where you have to scroll in and zoom to try and get to see what you actually want. But a truly mobile optimized website, and another term for that is responsive websites, you don't have to do that. Everything's formatted properly and the text is big enough on your device, whether it be your mobile phone or your tablet. And then also the navigation menu, instead of it being a bar across the screen like it is conventionally, it will be its own section of the website, its own button. And mobile optimization is critical now.
Okay, and I was going to bring that up because everybody's going mobile. It's we at the chamber, we don't sell nearly as many maps as we used to, because people use their phones now for GPS.
Definitely.
What does it take to get somebody to be mobile optimized?
In general, it usually ends up taking a complete overhaul of the website, because it's part of the code of the site itself. So it's not something that you could install on top of an existing website generally, unless it's some kind of platform, like maybe a WordPress site can sometimes be mobile optimized as it exists already, but a lot of times it takes completely overhauling the website.
Okay, what gives you the most headaches?
The most headaches? It's probably the amount of design options that you have, because there's no limit to what.
So that's a good headache to have.
It is definitely, yeah. So you can have a customer that either likes what you give them immediately, you present them the design that you come up with, and I love it, that's perfect, let's set it live. Or you can have the complete opposite and they change every single thing about it, which is good and bad, of course, because that means that no website looks the same, but also, of course, it could lead to kind of nitpicky with little colors around the border of the picture and stuff like that. So no big deal.
Okay. Now, are you strictly websites, or do you do computer maintenance as well?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
And so we only do business IT support.
Okay.
And no residential for the most part, but what we do is all flat rate pricing. So no billable hours and no monthly fees. Well, of course it is a monthly fee, but it's not based on number of hours
Right.
or the time spent.
Right.
It's just a flat cost based on your environment.
Okay. Computer repairs?
Right.
Okay.
Yep. So of course, if it's in a business environment, then everything is all within that flat rate. So there's nothing additional except, of course, hardware.
Now, most small business folks that are successful because they really enjoy what they do. What is it about your job, your company, that you enjoy? What drives you?
I love creating solutions to people's issues and having them able to do their job better. So we almost create efficiency for the customer, and that's everything from making their computers run faster and be protected from viruses and malware, as well as developing a completely autopilot solution online for them to generate and develop new customers without them having to do anything except work through me and help develop them a website.
So how did you get into this? What drove you to say, you know what, I'm going to start this website design company?
It goes all the way back to when I was much younger. My mom bought me a computer from a garage sale, and the first thing I ever did was just took it apart. I didn't try to turn it on, I just took it apart, but couldn't put it back together. So I ended up just being determined. I had to figure out why I couldn't put it back together. And so eventually it just grew and grew, and I sort of became kind of like my friend's de facto IT guy. And after that, it just kind of grew to me helping people for free, and eventually I realized I can't do this for free. I got to start charging.
Yeah.
And it just grew from there. And eventually it was after an internship with a different IT company, I ultimately decided to start my own, and it worked out great.
All right, so we're down to our last 50 seconds or so here. If there's one thing that you wanted our viewers and the chamber members to know about Jernigan Computing, what would it be?
It would be that people will always say that they're honest and open in their communication, but that is exactly what our business is based on. We present something to you, and that's exactly what you're going to get. We don't change prices without you knowing. We don't deliver something less or more than what we offer you. And we also are very upfront, and we communicate effectively within one business day at the most.
All right, and a phone number where people can find you.
It's going to be 850-296-7017.
All right, and your website?
It's jernigancomputing.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Jonathan, for being with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We've got two guests coming up following our next break.